Yo, what's good, man? One time for your mind, you know? We already know who this is, you know what I mean? Guess who? The rapper, aka the Grand Ambassador. Here to lace your brain with some incredible and glorious game once again, man. What I want to talk about real quick is mutual fallouts. Like, sometimes this thing I term or call mutual fallouts could potentially occur either voluntary or involuntary. And sometimes it just happens automatically. And when you're thinking about, the word fallout, like somebody just falling away or falling out of your life. Let me see if I can get this light on. Man, falling away, falling out of your life. And sometimes it's just a mutual thing where people at times are taking advantage of you and you having knowledge of it, but due to your love for that person or the convenience of being in knowing that person for a while or for sometimes many years, you just let it slide due to the love you have for that person. But once your awareness starts to increase, then it's like signs and signals to go ahead and fall back from that relationship because it's no longer serving you or it's not being reciprocated. It's not being reciprocated to the point where, dang, yo, they're basically like not respecting you, and the love you shown them, they're not giving back to you. Or they may be taking advantage of you, or you might have you might have allowed them to violate your space or your border, or you might have been like a pushover or trying to not hurt their feelings, or maybe you're just not a confrontational individual. So they just allowed to take advantage of you and just manipulate you, and then you just kind of got wind of like, wait a minute, this is enough. Enough is enough, to where you said enough is enough, and you just basically was like, yo, that's it. You know what I mean? I'm not having it no more. Look, we can't, I'm not going to do this stuff for you. I noticed that you don't even really care, like, about my well-being. You just want what you can get out of me. Some people don't even call you, like, you know what I'm saying? And they just call you out of the blue and ask you for something. And it's like, dang, that's the first thing you asked me. I haven't talked to you in almost a couple of years, you know what I mean? Call me asking me for something. Don't even ask how you doing or what you've been going through, what you've been up to. Just hit you up, and it's just like, you know what? That's enough. It's like it's not even what I termed the expirationship. It's like, man, it's pretty much done. It's a mutual fallout. Because you can come on in one accord, in agreement with yourself, me, myself, and I, and have a mutual fallout with the other individual, and they're you, yourself, and you. You know what I mean? Like, nah, man, I'm not. This is the bus stops here, and sometimes it's not an easy transition. And they are mutually fall out with you, and they'll just be like, oh, no matter their outlook, they might look at it like, well, shoot, she or he is not doing what I want them to do anyway. So, shoot, I don't care if you don't talk to me no more. That'll be their reason for, oh, you're acting different, or you've changed, and because you decided to stand up for yourself. They'll say like, oh, you you just acting different, you know what I mean? And if you've changed and all that type of stuff, because a lot of people won't allow you to grow or allow you to get from underneath their jurisdiction of mistreatment. So you just be like, you know what, that's it, you know what I mean? I don't see no use of, us continuing. And just because I won't do what you want me to do, and I'm, showing respect for myself and standing up for myself, hey, man, that's your problem. So, hey, I come around, you don't speak, I don't speak either. No harm, no feelings from me, you know what I mean? But I'm going to just keep it pushing, you know what I mean? Hey, the feeling is mutual, basically. So, and a lot of those situations occur when, it's spoken, it's audible. But sometimes you have situations that are inaudible, and it may be a silent separation to where, you used to go talk to this person every day, and then life just takes you in a completely different direction, and it takes them down their direction, and then your journeys separate, almost like Abraham and Lot. You know what I mean? They were family, you know what I mean? But hey, it started a little small conflict here and there, but eventually he had to go. Lot had to go his way, and Abram had to go his way. You know what I mean? And a lot of times too, even in that, where life takes you in separate directions, sometimes their beliefs system or what they believe in don't align with what you believe in, and it seems like, and even the things that you tolerated what they believed in is no longer suffice. Like, you don't no longer want to compromise. It's basically like oil and water. It just separates. Some people may have a more of a liberal approach to life, and it might challenge your moral compass or your moral perspective on life. And you be like, yo, I'm not going that way. I'm not liberated in that fashion. I'm not accepting. I have some hardcore traditions that I'm just going to stand with. You know what I mean? And due to your friendship, they really continue on going down that liberated lifestyle or whatever, or that ideology, and you just like, you know what? I can't go down that way. But it's like a mutual thing. It's almost like no love is lost. It's just mutual. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, hold on. It's like a mutual thing. And you just be like, all of a sudden, they just stop calling you. You know what I mean? Or you stop calling them. And it's inaudible. What's said, I don't know how that saying goes, but it needs not to be spoken. What's said does not need to be said at times where it's like, yo, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's like a mutual fallout. You be like, wow, it's a mutual thing. You just be like, we're moving in different directions in our lives. You know what I mean? And sometimes somebody might promise to do something for you and don't do it, or some sort of level of disappointment, and they don't really care how you feel. And you just basically fall off like a leaf in the fall season. I think they call it fall. There's a season for fall. They call it autumn. You know what I mean? And where the leaves, they begin to die off and they begin to wither. It's a beautiful situation. You know what I mean? The colors turn from green to multicolors, but it's going through a process of falling off. and it falls off of the tree, you know what I mean? And it's cool. And that's the season that a lot of us are in. And you just be like, go through it, man. It's like a mutual fallout, you know? And that's what I'm talking about, the inaudible. Like, it's unspoken. You don't even, you just internally know, like, okay, my time with that person is just up, you know? No need, then we ain't got to break it down. No need for no closures. No need for any of that. It's just over with. So, you know, I'm just hopping on here real quick. I know I haven't done a video in a while because I'm kind of restructuring my approach on doing different content. Like, I could tell I could do content like this. Sometimes I don't do contents like this to where I got to sit up sometimes. It bothers me a little bit. But, you know, when I get into it and feel it, I'll, you know, shoot y'all with something that, you know, God may have put on my heart or whatever. You know, so somebody could understand certain things, you know what I mean? So I'm going to continue this. And I like, you know, I like this, like holding the camera and just coming on, being relaxed or whatever. So that's my thing for today. I want y'all to hope that blesses somebody that might be going through what we call a mutual fallout, because sometimes it's not always bad either. Some fallouts are good. You know, it's good that that time in your life has, you know, come to that impasse to where these relationships fall off. It's like God, it may be shutting that door and opening the door for you to meet some new friends or potentially new friends or new people in your life, so they could take you to a higher destination and bringing you out of your comfort zone. Because some of us have gotten too complacent and too comfortable in a realm of comfortability to where, all right, dang, you know what I mean? This is all too familiar. It's just getting all too familiar, and I'm stagnant, and I'm in a world of stagnation, and it's time out for that. It's time out for that. So I'm still back on it. I know I apologize. I took a little while because I am restructuring. I'm going to be going over into my Guess Who the Watchman's channel, because there's things that's tried to my ministry, and I'm developing the chemistry to see how my ministry is going to go, because there's a lot of falsehoods and things like that. As a watchman, I have to blow the trumpet to let y'all know things are on the horizon. The sword is coming. There's a lot of deception going on. There's a lot of things going on that God have anointed me and gifted me to unpack and give y'all a beautiful and enlightened understanding about certain situations, even concerning the P. Diddy trial and all that stuff. So I'm going to be covering a lot of in-depth stuff on my Guess Who the Watchman's channel. But on here, I like to keep it about the glow, you know, keep it about dealing with things that are more personable, to give people, you know, an outlook and a better outlook, and to look internally within. You can overcome certain situations, you know what I mean? And, you know, the belief in yourself, making your mind, body, and your soul becoming one and fusing together, and having that greater to see who that is within you than he that's in the world, which is the glow, God's love overall. And it could be a golden blessing around you to protect you from a lot of mental anguish, emotional stress, and stuff like that. And even sometimes understanding relationships. So, you know, I'm just focusing and refocusing the channel. So, and then I'm gonna start doing more live. So I'm getting back on it, but I had to restructure and take some time out and figure out how to do certain things and where am I going with it, and so I can stay consistent. So with that being known, you already know, y'all have a blast past, wild now, greater later. Live the life of your design so you can have a good time for a lifetime. Live the life of his design so your life will be divine for the rest of your lifetime. You already know. Guess Who the Rapper, aka the Grand Ambassador of the Flesh Dynasty, always here to lace your brain with some incredible and glorious game. Hey, if you like yourself, hit that like button, You like somebody else, hit that share button. If you love yourself, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to be certified and you want to be notified, hit that notification button for your certification for when the video drops. That's what the rap in the building. Peace. Love y'all.